Whoever is typing, you seriously need to mute yourself. Hello again, everyone. Sorry about that. It seems that to a small glitch there and disconnected the stream. But we are back, so we will continue.
And damage is dealt.
What's going on here?
I believe we're waiting for Tato to make his turn.
Tato, are you there?
I was waiting for the stream.
I kind of did an introduction again.
Just movement this round.
Okay, well, round the next crickets.
All right, I will. So the big one is still up, yes?
They are both still up, yes.
Why not? I will advance and attack the one up front. So here we go. Wacha!
Hit.
I rake my claws across his face. Boom. I try to follow up with a slash to his thigh.
Critical. You ever seen a cow get too close to a cat and have their snout slashed? It's about what it looked like.
I get a crit on the hit, and I clear it with a 1. Slashing damage, I believe.
Last session was great. You know, I tried to clear a crit with another crit, and then tried to clear that crit with another crit.
That was good.
Slow recovery. Double damage and the target must make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target can make one less attack on their next turn.
They fail.
All right, and then my third and final attack. Whoop! Dang!
You hit, obviously.
Doo-doo. All right.
Minotaur B12 does not look happy. It is bleeding and staggering about a bit.
That's right! Ha! That is what happens.
Hello?
Hey, I
Hi.
can hear you now.
There we go. Okay. Discord decided to stop responding to word voice. Well, anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the Ring of Branches.
Mahal, do you have that information available?
Not at my fingertips, but if it is somewhere within,
I believe
Otherwise,
it's in
I'll
the
try
library.
inventory.
The details of it should be in the library.
it's in his inventory then. 1d10 with each arm.
Not. There's
There is more in the library. Okay, I'll look it up.
should be a specific module for the Black Friday event.
It contains the same information as the item.
There should be another file in there. Or more information
Alright.
somewhere. Are you finding it?
Well, I haven't found anything in items or notes. I'm looking at the actual module, which is not loaded, which is why. Oh no, it is loaded but not publicly available.
Well,
If
it
you have the
shouldn't be.
information, I'm willing to trust you on it. Otherwise,
I honestly don't remember entirely, but I believe that it is his arm, both arms turn into basically logs.
yes, and you say they deal 1d10 in the description.
But he has disadvantage on every attack.
Doesn't say that.
Done. Well, that's what he's
They're-
saying. There's hidden information.
Oh,
That's
that
the
would've been
point
nice
of
to
those
include in
items.
This one.
No,
Oh,
that's
his
the
whole point of
the
that
items.
session was they were somewhat cursed items. Like the mini mimic would eat coinage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the mimic,
Was eating
the mini
coinage.
mimic would eat a coin every day. So having it would eventually drain you dry of finances. But the only way for your arms to go back is for you to take the ring off of yourself, or an hour passes.
I see. Might as well haven't used them before anyways. What's their attack bonuses?
It would be a basic melee attack using your strength, I would assume.
So strength roll?
No proficiency, so yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much straight up strength.
Against Minotaur 12.
It's definitely a miss.
I forgot to put disadvantage, but eh.
It's a miss either way. Go ahead and roll again to see if you get a 1.
No, don't. There we go.
So, Elysian, you put on the ring of branches, and your arms themselves become like gigantic logs. If it makes you feel better, you are now larger in the bicep area than the Minotaur. Unfortunately, you try to bring one crashing down upon the head of the Minotaur in front of you, but You can't get the angle right and end up bouncing it off of the wall next to you.
Oh.
Minotaur B12. That is actually his name. His mother was not very inventive. Drops his axe and grabs at Crickets. Crickets, your dexterity saves you as you manage to dance just shy of his grasping fingers.
No touchy.
Behind him, unfortunately, he still can't actually do anything. Huh. The area is too narrow for him to reach you, so the larger Minotaur stamps a hoof and repositions the grip on his axe, eagerly awaiting the moment he can bury it within your flesh.
You know, technically, they would only occupy a single square.
Oh, I am aware, but he can't move between you and his friend in the wall and have room to attack. He's larger than the other one.
So you're saying he can't move?
Oh, he can move, just he can't reach you.
Well, it's very moveless for us that he can't get through.
Consider also that he is currently at half speed. He can't reach you through his friend.
I find their friendship very
That
moving.
is a hit.
I would like to redirect that at the last moment onto Crickets.
I personally have no issue with this, but unfortunately the mechanics of the game will not allow it.
Okay.
You are welcome, if you have a second attack or next round, since it is a spell, to,
Punish
But
him
no.
for the puns.
Although, Nim, go ahead and give me a perception check.
That
if
would
you
be
would find-
utterly terrifying.
Utterly.
Something about the way that your moonfire or a moonflare hit him did not quite work properly. It hurt, but not as much as it should have.
I forgot I was muted. Okie dokie. I am finally within range to do something of value. These guys are still prone, or are they up now?
They are both up.
Okie dokie.
Ah!
Fumble! We have a ranged piercing fumble.
Don't teach my hamster to suck eggs.
Poor footwork. You cannot take the disengage action on your next turn.
Aw.
That's actually a very light slap on the wrist. I will take that.
Yeah, that one has
And
no impact.
I reloaded, by the way. Good.
Well, Silver's gonna do a cold breath.
Okay, the Minotaur does succeed on his save, but the damage is automatically halved.
Just more movement this round.
Alrighty, top of the next round, crickets.
Well, I will take the one that is still standing, and I guess I will attack him. I'm eagerly awaiting his friend as well, but, one at a time, right? So, attack number 1. Whatcha! Oof.
Just hits. Roll for the damage. And he lumbers, staggers onto the side, and falls dead.
Well, come on, big one. Now is your time. Let's see what you can do. Unfortunately, I don't have any other actions, do I?
Well, you, I believe, still have a bonus action and a move.
Oh. So I guess I could run up and hit him if I wanted to.
No.
Oh, damn.
Unless under specific circumstances, you're not allowed to hit, move, and hit again.
No. Would that extra allow me to throw an item at him?
If you have a thrown weapon, yeah.
I have a dart.
You may throw the dart.
Whatcha! Oh, I probably missed.
You miss.
Yeah. All right. Ding.
It clangs off his gigantic axe, and his eyes fixate upon you.
No, that's fine. I was just going to
His
ding,
red,
ding.
angry eyes and seem to burn with the fire from within.
Good thing he's focusing on not me.
You know, just for saying that, he's gonna start focusing on you now, right?
Probably.
You keep
None shall
tempting
see.
fate, and I
Well,
think
Well, you
know
somehow
Maybe
managed to
away.
hit despite your unusual appendages.
So it's a D10 plus what? Strength?
Strength.
Okay. So 6 plus 3, 9. Because I can't actually roll that one on. I need to add it as a action. Actually.
Unless you plan to never use it again, but 6 damage to the minotaur.
Maybe. Might as well. I mean, I haven't used the sheep bite in forever, and I still have that one.
Okay, if you are finished with your turn, please advance.
Yeah.
The creature, this gigantic minotaur, takes a partial step over here. And you won't want to be AFK for this, because he is sucking in a deep breath before he makes his own fiery breath attack. And unlike the others, his is not a simple bunch of embers. Rather, he is breathing out actual flames. Crickets, the dexterous monk that you are, you take no damage, damn you.
I would like to remind you that I have auras.
Okay. So far, everyone has succeeded, though, I do recall. But this is something that you need to remind me of, so...
That's why I did that.
I'm sorry, good job reminding me. Unfortunately, this is not a spell, so they will not gain resistance to its damage.
Okay.
Elysian, you take half damage, and Silver takes half damage. Nim or Tar?
Nim's gonna move up and face him head on.
You hit. And you crit.
piercing. With a sharp stick, quadruple damage, and the target must make a DC 16 dexterity saving throw, or the target loses an eye.
Oh, these guys have great dexterity. He'll make it for sure. Oh, wait, no, he did. He's fine.
Just takes the quadruple damage. Let's see if he even survives past that.
That's a lot of D4s.
It's a lot of D4s. Still standing.
Alright. Actually, probably too late. Never mind.
Okay. Let's try this one more time. Oh, wait. What's that? Whoa.
You miss.
Gosh darn it.
That one actually hits the ceiling like 15 feet behind him.
I'm reloading.
But you cause a cave-in that crushes all of us.
No,
Yes!
but
I mean, wait.
he does strike a small spark that briefly illuminates a 2-centimeter section of stone.
And then sets
Also, his
the
crossbow bolt
gas.
snaps in half.
And then it sets the gas in the cave on fire, causing a raucous explosion.
Where I
If
see it.
you want that, I will definitely do it.
Either way, my god.
Would you like that? I can do that.
I mean,
Please no.
Nibs probably survived, maybe. The rest of the party, probably not, but...
Okay, so we'll say reflex saves from everybody up to Crickets, Azeroth, and Tato. You're fine. Lycian, are you back and able to make your reflex save?
Are we making our own save?
Well, thankfully,
yeah.
Reflex doesn't exist in 5th edition, so we're all good.
Okay, you all take max damage. That's fine. I like that. Or you can make a dexterity save and try for half.
Do I hit?
Crickets, you take no damage. Now, just a sec, we're resolving this first. You insisted there was a gas explosion. Silver, you make it thanks to the aura. Nim, you're fine. I'll make one for Elysian since he doesn't seem to be back. Elysian will also be taking half damage. So, it's only a minor explosion. Going in order that you rolled, Silver takes 5 damage.
Okay, now I'm back.
Welcome back. Nim just earned you some extra damage. Nim, you
Thank
take
you,
all
Nim.
of 2. And Elysian, you take 3. As Azeroth's arrow strikes the ceiling of the cave, an inexplicable buildup of methane ignites, and a great pillar of flame cascades towards those of you within close proximity of the Minotaur. Crickets, you duck behind the stone wall, taking no damage. The 3 of you, however, are lightly singed. Woo! The Minotaur, of course, is immune to fire and takes no damage.
Yeah, the Minotaur just...
Silver, that was a hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
It was a...
Actually, no, that missed. I forgot this guy has a slightly higher AC. My apologies. Tato, the big bad is still up and roaring.
Alright, Tato is going to focus his ire on the big bad. And he'll draw his longbow. Rarely use this.
It's okay. I once made a switch hitter ranger and used my bow once in the entire campaign. It was kind of embarrassing. Hit.
Yay.
Adding the extra point.
And I guess that's it.
You don't get 2 attacks?
I thought that was the bonus action for my Slayers.
I thought you had a base multi-attack, but you're probably right. Something else happens elsewhere, and we are top of the initiative.
Crickets will move up to the very edge,
So
risking
that's
life and limb.
the initiative. Oh, I have disconnected from the. There we go. Sorry, that is still at crickets. We're back. Go ahead.
Yeah, Crickets moves to the very edge of the pit so he can get a firm attack in on this the giant. And I will make attack number 1. Oh God, I'm out of luck too.
Well, we resolved that fumble. Tato, you do indeed have an extra attack as part of your level progression as ranger.
Oh. I already skipped my turn though.
Yep. Too late now, but remember for future use.
Yay.
Well, the second one will hit, but first, Zim, we need a fumble for a slashing natural attack.
Yeah, well,
Cramp.
that was to clear the fumble. Oh.
You don't actually need to clear fumbles.
Oh, okay.
Cramp, you take a 1d4 penalty to your next attack roll.
Ooh.
All right, T.I. will roll the d4. Okay, go ahead and make your attack. I'll let you know if it hits or misses.
Okay. There we go. What did I? Oh God, I'm sorry. There we go.
It's okay. You hit despite the penalty, but it is close.
Okay. Aha! Ah, my leg! Oh, I should not have eaten before this fight.
As displayed by the fact that you only deal minimum damage. However, you do hit.
All right, and then my last attack. Ka-cha!
Solid blow. Roll for damage.
Boop. Take that, you fiend! Ha ha! Now I have to find. There it is. You guys ever had a problem of like all the windows moving sometimes? Either way. Boop.
Well, I'm going just to attack the Minotaur again with my arms are now tree trunks.
Nope.
Oops. Forgot to put disadvantage on again. I really need to remember to do that.
It's okay. It's a miss in either case, so that was almost a fumble. Okay, well, the gigantic Minotaur is indeed still up, and it makes an attempt to grab at Crickets. One of its big, beefy hands stretching towards your exposed neck. And you just manage to duck out of its way.
No, you're too slow! This amount of
I'd be careful dodging around the ledge you're on.
It's okay. We're
I'd
doing
be more
fine.
concerned about, I don't know, some large creature grappling you and dragging you over the edge.
Both are valid concerns, though.
As you can see, I'm not near the edge because I weigh a lot and I would fall. I'm smart.
Oh, Nim Otar, it is your turn. It has failed in its wisdom save.
Alright. It can no longer attack anybody but me. Compelled duel. Oh, sorry. It can attack others, but it has disadvantage.
So noted.
And that was a bonus action, so I'm gonna bite. The beef is mine!
And as your teeth sink into his tough hide, you realize he tastes like he's already been cooked.
Perfect.
And don't bother rolling that second attack because he goes down.
I don't care. I want to... Hey, put him back!
Unfortunately, his body turns into a swirling cloud of ash upon his death.
Oh, come on!
Turns out it was probably
Really serious. His body disintegrates into hot cinders and ash, blowing away in the shifting air currents of the room. As he does so, the symbol
Think Tempest was
burned
spared.
into his flesh, that resembling a brazier, flares and expands before dissipating along with the ashes.
cool.
And his final bellow of pain and rage seems to echo throughout the caverns, slowly fading into silence long after his body has disappeared. So, congratulations, you survived so far.
Yay!
And thus we live again, but only suffer.
Suffering is life.
Okay, so now what? It's dead.
Now what?
You're the
Now
DM.
we dance.
Forward.
Well, so we can either explore where they came from, or we can all hump on this floating disc that I'm sure is perfectly safe, or maybe hit the gong and see what happens.
I wouldn't hit the gong, as any sort of thing like that usually is an alarm to alert the other people in the cave that we
It is
visit.
a very small gong. I'm talking little hand gong you'd see at a tea shop or something.
I'd
You know,
rather
like-
nude.
Best case scenario, it's like a food gong to let people know it's there. Worst case scenario, it's an alarm.
Which I'd rather not tempt fate.
So either we'd be teasing a bunch of minotaurs their dinner, or we'd just call them here. Either way, we're calling them here if we ring it.
Not ringing it. That's the
Not-
least smart thing to do here.
Yeah. It'd be kind of dumb.
Let's investigate the rest of the cave, and then we could take the shiny disc to the whatever depths it may lead to.
If you're proceeding down that corridor, it does indeed open into another cavern.
Figure we're almost at the end of this place. I mean,
You've bypassed, what, 6 doors or so?
I can dream.
Okay. The room before you is another natural cavern. Dozens of burned hands, human, reptilian, other, are affixed to the walls with crude iron nails. In the center of the room, a massive iron brazier burns. Its
Oh.
coals hot and lively.
Is this the
There is a
headquarters
large-
of the Flaming Fist?
There is a large sleeping pallet in the south. And next to the pallet is an iron coffer.
Hmm.
Next to the brazier is a strange, one-eyed creature, gaping open-mouthed at you as you enter the cabin.
Hey, Nim, it's a meat locker.
You want
Okay,
to share the actual graphic that it has?
You know, I possibly could. Let me pull it up.
I said, Nim, this probably looks like a meat locker to you, doesn't it?
No,
That
it looks all
is
charred.
what you have encountered.
Okay. Shard. Why can't it? Okay.
Nim doesn't like it.
Wait, is this what they summoned through that portal?
As you regard each other, it hisses something in a sibilant, garbled voice. Nim, again, will be the only one to recognize what it is saying.
Hmm. Well, guys, I believe we must purify this thing.
And then, before you move up to bite it, roll new initiatives. Oops, ignore that.
Oh, happy day.
I believe I understand what it said. I believe what it said was, I got the horses in the back. Horse's tack is attached.
I don't think he wants to sell us horses.
You see my reply
It
to
is. Yes, it is. Staring wide-eyed, whatever, at you. And it is angry.
Nim is going to
New
grin
round.
toothily and lick his chops.
I will move up and attack it since it seems to be aggressive.
And Nim, you still aren't there. We had to take proper initiative. But Cricket, go ahead and attack. It is very aggressive. It's spitting angrily at Nim. And even without knowing the language, you can tell it is sputtering. No actual words.
And my attacks are magic.
This will be applied automatically.
Whoa, where did those come from?
Where?
Nothing. I went to go pull my my damage dice, and it pulled the D10s. I think I hit from the wrong damage.
I'm seeing
no!
sixes, so fumble. Well, your first two did hit and did deal damage, but that fumble will get you in the end. It is the issue with multi-attack builds.
Yep.
Cut to the quick. If this was a claw attack, your damage is reduced by 1d4 for 1 minute. I guess you
Ow.
broke your claws.
Oh no. That's terrifying because that's all my claws of my hands and my feet. Holy crap.
Well, Tato, your turn. You are way at the back, but you can hear sounds of aggression up ahead.
Don't worry, we got it.
Yeah, I believe you.
Okay, Nim, now you may advance and chomp upon the poor helpless creature.
I have a very important question.
Okay.
How tasty does it smell?
No.
Actually, it's rather disgusting. even to you.
I'll bite it anyways. I hear a Kep. Hello, Kep.
That is a hit.
Is this a fiend or undead?
Tato might know if he gets a roll for it.
It is not a fiend per se, but it is an aberration, which I believe has a similar effect for your abilities.
The description just says undead or fiend, so probably not.
So, no. Fiends, I guess, would be more denizens of hell and the abyss.
I thought those would be devils.
You know, 5th edition changes so many definitions, I've given up trying to keep track of them.
Yeah, true.
Alright, so there's the initial damage. And my divine smitening. Well, that was easy.
Yeah, it's gone.
Nim will spit it out.
It's probably a good idea. You don't know where it's been.
He runs up, chomps on its throat, carries it to the ground, and then just kind of spits it back out after he's certain it's dead. And then sniffs in his bag for something to wash out
taste
this
of it?
taste.
Is like a festering wound, by the way.
Well, like I said,
Yucky.
he's looking for something to wash it out with.
It's yuckies.
Please tell me we got 1,000,000 EXP from that. No.
From that one creature that was, like, what, CL2?
I mean, wishful thinking. Okay. Darn it.
After clearing his mouth out, he's gonna turn to the others. Anyone know who Zegdar is?
Doesn't ring a bell.
I mean, who said Zegdar?
That thing.
Ugh, what exactly did he say?
Something about his master Zegdar being killed, and I don't know. I told him I ate it.
I mean, I don't doubt that in the least bit, but no, that doesn't ring a bell. Well,
No, the room is yours. Do with it as you wish.
Perhaps it was the giant minotaur?
Maybe it was the giant minotaur.
What do you think, guys? Short rest?
I'd say long rest.
I don't think we have the time for a long rest.
I could really use a long rest.
I'm sure we could use it, but I just don't think we have the time.
Elysian, you look quite damaged here. Drink these. And I'll hand him two potions of healing.
He's still got his own.
yeah.
Yes, I do, which I'm going to use one of my other ones first. So it was 2d4 plus 2.
Nim's going to the opposite side of the fire and lay down and basically fall asleep immediately.
Ironically, thanks to us never needing it all the other times, I removed my larger heal for that took a while.
Tato
Okay, so
will chill
Tommy-
out and Tato will cuddle Nick
Cuddles!
Give him many pets.
Fortunately, Cuddles is currently with Shenzi, who is off doing her own thing. Was I making the wrong thing? Is anybody going to investigate the iron cauldron that is next to the very filthy sleeping pallet?
Nim's already asleep, so
Yes, I gathered this.
Silver will join the snuggle pile.
I guess I'll investigate it.
I have to remember, I turned myself on to push to talk now, too. I will look in the cauldron as well.
Investigation or
Did you say hi to Kep for me?
She simply waved at me.
It?
Within the cauldron, you find a large quantity of copper, some silver, and a few gemstones.
those
That's right.
What's
Zim,
the-
you only get a wave. You're not.
since they're asleep, we'll divide the money and I'll hold on to the gemstone.
Any objections to this plan?
I have
Nim
no
isn't
objection.
conscious to object, but Tato is, I think.
No, Tato is asleep as well, cuddled in.
I'm not really asleep. I'm just resting.
Yeah, I didn't think he said he was asleep.
How many gemstones?
You find 5 pieces of agate, 2 pieces of amber, and 15 flawed hematites.
Oh, that's more than I thought. You said
That's a
few.
lot of gemstones. I
Yeah,
think.
no, you said a few. I wasn't thinking that many. Okay.
I was gonna say, I think they could be divided evenly.
Yeah, we'll divide the gemstones evenly too then.
And then
God,
there's this
missing.
big
Oh.
this crate over here too, isn't there?
You mean the burning brazier that is still quite hot to the touch?
No, I thought there was like a big box.
No, there
It was
used to
just a
be a
cauldron.
big creature. No, the cauldron was next to the sleeping pellet. That is a
Okay.
big ass brazier. Like you could roast a body on that thing.
Okay.
Bodies have probably been roasted on that thing.
I guess I'll take the first watch. Who wants to go second?
I'll go second.
Am I taking a long rest or just the short rest?
If we really have the time for it, we could go for a long. I
We
don't
won't-
think we do, though. I think that the world is currently dying.
Yeah, we are technically on a mission. Short rest only, people.
Nim is currently asleep, planning for a long rest.
He'll be much surprised that it's a short one, but oh well. Come on.
Yeah, very well.
The world won't be saved if we're not rested and prepared enough to deal with it.
All right, then. I'll take second watch.
Okay, those who are taking a watch, and we will need at least 4 watches, give me perception rolls.
So sleep then.
I'm missing 3 perception rolls.
Oops.
And we'll just take the first roll as yours.
Fine. I guess I'll. What are you doing?
Okay, watches are taken throughout. It's not really night, but you're taking your 8 hours anyway. You are exhausted. It's been a harrowing few hours, and your morning began early. Fortunately, nothing disturbs you in your rest. Changing that to a long rest.
Oh joy, I think we got a spammer in the yeah, we definitely have a bot in the channel. Considering that they apparently cannot type the and sign.
I'd go to pick them, but
Oh, I'm gonna report them, but that's just funny to me.
The 909.
Yeah, that person.
God.
Fists of
Website address
Furry
on my
D, Cats in the Cradle Part 3. Very good. I know that the title is D and D.
I've gotten that as a message.
Yeah, I've gotten those as messages before, but never this.
If you're going to fish for somebody
Don't
to
you mess with
purchase
the
your
bot.
services, at least come in there personally.
You should at least ask how old
Regardless.
they are.
Oh, there's spam.
You
I know.
have had your long rest. It is very difficult to tell time in these dark caverns, but after approximately 8 hours, you are ready to go once more. Everybody, reduce your rations by 1 count, please.
As soon as I can figure out how to report for spam.
Click on their names, ... report.
Well, yes, but they have like 1,000 different options for reporting them for, and I can't find spam in that list.
What about giving more? Oh, wait, no, for me, it's the one. Fifth option. Spam, malicious links, bot accounts. I think this is a bot account. And then it wants me to tell us more. Curious to see what options it gives you, seeing as you're the host of the stream, though.
It's alright, I got it now.
Alright, will you finish that off? Are you awake with no unwelcome visitors? However, of those who were on watch, Tato, you heard a few creatures moving off in the distance, down further caverns and hallways, but none of them came close to where you were. Perhaps the reputation of the previous occupant keeps people away.
So we chose a good room to rest in. Lol.
Well, aside from the stench and all of the burned, charred, skeletal hands hanging on the wall, sure.
Hey, I've been to war. I've fought in wars.
Money has been distributed from the cash found. And you are ready to continue on. Oops, actually, since you have at last had a full night's rest, I will award experience. And has been a while.
Oh wait, I can't hum that song, can I? It's copyright.
Yeah, as long as it's less than 15 seconds or so.
Oh.
All right, experience has been awarded. We may now continue.
Wasn't this door previously locked behind us?
Well, that is, again, a very long hallway leading to the door that was locked. It would take you not quite an hour to get back there.
well, I mean, technically we have to go back through the caves anyways. There's like 2 different sections we missed through. 3
Oh, there's a lot more.
4.
Of remaining passages in the room with the summoning circle that was one leading west.
That's what I mean. The summoning circle room, the room before the 3 beds, the room where the mine shaft
Yes.
started, the room all the way at the hallway from the first entry here. Yeah.
Yes, so you have 5 actually directions you have not yet explored that you have found.
I still think the stone circle looks like the most likely way to get to the bad guys. Or to get to the boss.
I'm one to search and clear an area just in case. You never know what could be behind us that could try to ambush us if we do mark our way to said certain special spot of bad people. Just because we were clear in here doesn't mean that there are absolutely no one else around. I press X to doubt. X to doubt.
F to respect.
U to pass by.
Shall we look at the cave then, since it seems to be the closest?
Absolutely, let's do it.
I still nominate that we go back.
We go this way. Onward!
Anybody doing anything particular as you make your way back to the summoning room?
I'll roll an investigation to see if anything else has changed outside of the room that we were at. As we walk
Nim
back.
will chew on his walking stick as he's going along.
Oh, that reminds me, with that long rest, did you chew on that new stick you found?
Which stick?
The one that the necromancer was carrying.
Is that this unidentified item in my inventory? Because probably.
That would be it. Did you chew on it that night? A new chomp toy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you give me a d6 roll, please?
Right next to Tato.
Well, actually, it turned out it was Tato that you resulted in. Tato, you take damage in the middle of the night. You are awoken as a magic missile issues forth from the wand and strikes you in your rear.
Whee. Well,
Since it was an accidental discharge, you only take 4 points of damage.
Nim, that's a bad stick.
I will roll this in tower.
But it's
for mine.
chewy.
But it hurt me.
You have no proof of that.
He's got a big old bruise on his bum.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it hit me right on my brand.
But it's chewy.
Still hurts.
What do you want to do with it?
We can probably use it in battle.
How are you going to
not a
use a chew
normal
stick? Look at it. It looks like a normal stick.
Nuh-uh. It's a wand.
Prove it.
It. A necromancer was holding it in his possession.
I can't use wands.
Says who? I mean, it does require attunement, I believe, but
Can Nim be attuned to it now on accident?
actually it doesn't say anything about attunement. So, hey.
Oh, I thought you needed like use magic device ability or something.
Nah.
Nope.
Wands can be used by anybody. Instead of having limited charges that eventually run out, they have charges per day. They're like staffs from old D&D.
He'll hold it up in his mouth then and just kind of wave his head, trying to activate it.
I might actually require an activation check from you because it's supposed to be a specific action that does so.
I figured you would, but I have no idea what roll to make.
Give me an Arcana check.
But that would suck.
Yes, it would. Fortunately, you just can't quite get the hang of it. It feels like something almost happened, but not quite.
I'm going to trying it and try and reproduce the chewing that I was doing that made Tato get zapped.
Okay,
Don't
give me
you
another
zap me
Arcana
again. I'm
check.
standing behind him this time.
I'm specifically turning to aim it at Tato.
Oh, no. Tato's running around. No. I swear to God, I will hold you by your back legs.
Running around in circles with him.
The wand discharges once more and hits Silver. Silver takes 5 points of damage.
Oops. But do I know how to work the wand now? Or at least have an inkling of an idea?
You get the notion that when you chew it in a certain way, it fires at a random point during the chewing motion.
This will be fun.
Mechanically speaking, if you wish to choose the chewing motion, I will have you roll another check. If you make a high enough target number, I will discharge a single, or actually I'll make it a bit of a roll to determine how many charges you use up as well. Based on the Arcana check, it will discharge at a random creature within range.
Okay.
All right. Back to the present. Azeroth, you were the only one to make a check during your passage.
Wait,
to
are
the
we getting
southwest.
presents? I want presents.
You already have one. A random chance to hurt your friends. As you all troop past the burning pit, the disc is no longer there. That floating stone platform appears to have gone elsewhere.
Well, looks like we're not going up or down anytime soon.
Now, before you is another long passage.
By
It
the way,
looks
I
like
didn't
it
tell them
might
that.
continue for about half a mile or so.
You heard me though, right?
No, what did
Are
you
you proceeding down the passage?
No, I said I did not tell them that I noticed the disc was gone.
say? Oh.
Yes, no, party. Are you continuing down the passage?
Yes,
Yes.
we're all lined up. Might as well.
All right. At the end of the corridor, a glowing, flickering light greets you. It is another natural cavern, and a pool of murky, dark water is actually burning on the southern end of it. Atop a rough stone pedestal is a sarcophagus, carved from a glassy black stone with delicate and intricate details worked into its surface.
Nim will go investigate. What are the words?
What's this goopy stuff?
Well, there are no actual words, but as you move
Oh, I thought
closer
you
to the
said there were.
coffin, yes, there are delicate carvings.
Oh.
You realize that they appear to form the outline of a skeleton. Carved rib cages and the delicate lines curving to form femur, feet, etc. Tato, give me a nature check on the water if you would like to.
Why did it go with insight?
I don't know, but re-roll. You've actually encountered this before. There's a particular place within the Great Northern Glacier where a similar pool is also always lit. It is a natural oil that bubbles to the surface, and if set aflame, will continue to burn for years at a time. Nim, you cannot quite tell what religion the sarcophagus is associated with, but you feel as though it is one of the underdog races.
Hmm. Boop. Alright, roll a religion check. A religion check.
You can tell about the same thing that Nim did. It's been there for a while, and you're not quite certain what, if any, deity it is associated with. The fact that there are no words doesn't really help.
Oh well.
As you investigate the sarcophagus, or no, Nimba, are you rolling that on the chamber or the sarcophagus? Nim?
Nimmy, nimmy, nimmy.
Sorry, Mike.
You can't
stopped
just drown
working.
out the DM with more music.
Sorry, the mic stopped working on me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
We can hear you now.
Okay. Sarcophagus is what he's starting with, and then he's going to be going around the room.
They are separate roles, but if you start with the sarcophagus, you can't really tell much more aside from what you've already found. There are no words written anywhere, but as you examine the skeletal features more closely, you realize that there are the faintest hints of what might have been a visage, almost superseding or overlaying the rest of the carving. They're lighter, finer lines, so while the skeletal face is the one that is most easily seen, somehow above and beneath it what appear to be the features of an elven individual.
maybe a drow.
Oh,
Well, few high elves make themselves tombs down in the depths of the Underdark with, an obsidian sarcophagus.
he'll just kind of shrug and move on. He doesn't really find that particularly interesting. And for the rest of the room.
The rest of the room doesn't seem to be particularly noteworthy. The walls of the cavern are rough-hewn stone, mostly naturally shaped with a section here or there that looks like it was expanded. by some workmanship. The only real features of note are the sarcophagus and the burning pit of oiled water.
He'll
Although with that
probably-
investigation check, you do realize that somehow you did not notice over the last half-mile journey you left silver behind.
No, I just didn't bother bringing the icon along.
No, I'm aware. I'm just saying you left silver behind. Poor Wolfie's all alone. Anybody else wish to do anything in this room, or are you ready to move on?
Ready, move on.
Oh,
The fiery water. Is it like a pool, or is it just a thin layer, or what is this?
It's a small pool of water that, according to Tato, has a skim of oil bubbling up on top of it, which is constantly burning.
Yeah, don't put any fire near that.
No, it's already lit and burning.
Tato just wants to look around over here. Anything special? Anything hiding?
You might find a bat or two. Not the nice bat named Dusty that you found earlier, who likes to carve bits of ogre after playing tic-tac-toe with them, but, normal cave bats.
Moving on.
With the investigation checks that have been made, you will note there are some jumbled tracks in the dust, other than your own, but they appear to have been somewhat old. Basically, people have been here, but not recently. If nobody else has
moving on.
anything they would like to do, you may move on.
moving on.
The next walk is somewhat longer, taking you the better portion of an hour. As you near the end of the passage, which narrows treacherously at a few points, but none of you will have any difficulty as long as you go slowly, the same flickering light greets you as the cavern opens up into a much larger chamber.
What is this? Cave music?
Why did it do both?
I don't know.
So, cave opened up here?
Yep. Crickets are making a stealth roll. Are you going to go ahead of everybody else?
Yeah, I'll let everybody know that I'll try to scout ahead.
Who the hell is Zuxia?
Oops, you're not supposed to see him yet.
Mm-hmm.
Now I see you can. One moment, we'll make him a neutral. Pretend you didn't see that. In the meantime,
What didn't I see?
nothing at all.
Nothing.
Who is proceeding, and are you both rolling stealth checks?
Well, Dim probably wouldn't normally plan to, but yeah. Since he would
Okay.
probably notice Cricket, walking more stealthily, he will as well.
Give me just a minute here. Alright, the cavern before you is larger than any you have been in so far. Even with it lit by many flickering pools, you can only see so far. In the center of the main chamber area is a large stone ziggurat. At its peak is an altar of black granite.
Oh, please tell me it's not going to start shooting souls at us.
No, but there might be some acolytes moving about gathering gold automatically.
Oh, okay.
Gold that they can use to hire a band of mercenaries to kill you.
Yeah, but we don't see any other buildings here, so we're okay.
Point, they've only built the ziggurat so far, and the mine.
Exactly. I
go ahead and
really
give me
cannot wait for
perception
the
checks.
remaster version of that.
Give me some perception checks, both of you who are up there, in this moment between time. Nim, you are distracted by the odd scents in this room. You do pick up the same burning oil smell, as well as several bodies. You also smell blood, lots of it. And Azeroth, you're not close enough unless you're running their sneak attempt.
Oh,
I mean, I'll happily let you rule their sneak attempt. Crickets, you have keener eyes, perhaps, or are paying more attention. Not only do you see the multitude of individuals that surround the altar, which actually you both see, I suppose, you notice that the altar is flowing with many fresh rivulets of blood trickling down the stairs. Tied atop the altar, you can just make out the form of the cat whom Tato originally hired to translate the orb of water.
Is there a knife poised and
Oh.
ready?
Oh yes, there is a knife. It's not poised for the strike, but the figure that is closest to you standing at the top of the altar is chanting over a curved, jagged blade of black obsidian.
someone's about to get fucked up. Oh my god.
That said, all of the cultists do not seem to have noticed you, except the one standing on the west side of the top, who turns as you approach, hearing some whisper of footstep or catching some flicker of movement in the corner of his eye. I would like initiative rolls, please.
Yeah, well, I would like to not die. So...
Okay, you're welcome to just leave. I mean, that's always an option. You can run away screaming.
I preferably want to roll a natural 20.
God bless.
God damn it.
Oh, God.
I wasted my one true wish on an initiative roll. I should have did that.
All right. We are now entering combat proper. The initiates and the priests, until the eternal flame priest down near the bottom, will not be able to act until or unless you alert them of your presence. Azeroth, we are beginning the initiative with you. Congratulations.
Woohoo! Oh, shoot. Should I make our presence known, or should I try to let you guys sneak on in a little closer?
I'm not one for sneaking.
Nor am I, honestly. But, you know, I know tactics are a must in some situations. Let's say something real fast. Since no one's objecting to me being the first to do anything crazy.
In this moment, I have no say upon that.
I mean... I thought you didn't come up. Have we actually alerted you that we've run into anything?
Nope. Actually, then that makes sense. But,
I guess we would need a DM call on this.
yep. Am I technically... We're not alerted to their presence, just those two, correct?
Well, if you two who are aware wish to alert them either through hand symbols or an attempt to whisper, I will allow it. If you want to use hand symbols, I will need a check to determine whether or not they are understood. If you are attempting to whisper, I will make new perception checks for those who are not yet aware of your presence.
Would you want that during
Nim
that?
will kind of
Hand check.
just have this sense that he needs to look down at his paws and try to determine how to make gestures with them.
Okay, Crickets, I believe it is up to you.
Crickets turns, holds up both hands with his fingers extended, and or holds up one. Starts with the pinky and goes to ring finger, middle finger, front finger, thumb. Does the same thing on the other hand, and then motions in a beckoning manner to Azeroth, and he can interpret that as he may.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. Do you want me to figure it out myself, or should I roll to figure it out?
I would say give me an insight check. You're a cleric. You have a wonderful insight bonus, don't you?
Yeah, actually I do. It's kind of scary because I wasted my one good roll on my initiative.
You can't quite make out exactly what Crickets is trying to tell you, but you do gain the understanding that there are enemies up ahead.
Okay, dokie then. I will alert to those behind me that there are people to take arms and be ready. At least I hope they get the hint with me taking out my equipment.
Tato will draw his short swords.
That's what I mean. And that is how I alert them to what's going to happen. Because if I'm taking out my weapons, then we're going to have to fight. Is that of acceptance? If so, then I will not take the first strike on these guys because I am pretty sure that they will be able to... I don't know the word. Whatever.
Kick your ass?
Swarm?
Yeah, that one. There we go. But I will try to move forward a few steps. I'm still technically out of earshot if I were to, correct? Or would that require sneaking?
You are close enough that you will require a stealth roll.
I mean, I could always use the spell. Oh. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna just use the fucking spell. I mean, you guys may not agree with the stealth thing, but at least it'll let us get closer before they can do something. I'm gonna use the pass without trace ability. I believe that still works in this situation. We get the 10 bonus dexterity for our stealth checks. And can't be tracked except for the magical means. And we're silent.
As long as they don't fuck up your roll, you should be fine.
But yeah, I'm going to use that spell, Pass Without Trace. And it'll be 1 level 2 spell down. And I go with the stealth roll, which would be... Why can I never find it when I need it? Cry. Oh, there we go.
I mean, they are alphabetical, so...
I know. It's horrible. Oh, here's hoping.
But with the plus 10 bonus, you feel like you're doing fairly well because the clanking of your armor is largely muted by the Pass Without Trace.
Okay, then I will just go about here. That is more than enough range for me to be within close to... And it is me and my party.
You have had a long rest, so I need to know, Azeroth, did you attempt to attune to the hammer?
To attune to the hammer?
To attune to the hammer. Remember, you finished your trial version of it.
You're gonna have to refresh my memory on that, sorry.
Remember, you found the hammer of Hendrel Foseeker. Foebreaker, I believe it was.
Oh, the throwing
last
axe.
time. Hammer, yes. The big hammer that you can throw when it comes back to your hand.
Yes. Then yes, I will say I did. So that would have definitely been more.
Because I don't recall you having too many items to attune to.
I mean, aside from his nightly rituals, yes. And
You have the gauntlets, which do require attunement. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're good to attune to the hammer, and it is now usable by you and you alone.
Let's go. Well, I'm not going to throw it just yet anyways. I'm just going to sit this. Next turn. And everyone gets a stink bonus.
We're going to say that you're not actually back in that other room way far away. You would have been close enough to see either Cricket's hand signals or Azeroth moving forward with weapons drawn.
I'd like to, I'm just gonna stay still here. I don't want to alert.
You don't want to test your stealth luck.
No.
Actually, didn't
I
Pass
will.
Without Trace work on multiple people?
Yeah, I worked on everyone. That's what I meant. Everyone gets a plus 10 bonus to their stealth.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. In which case, I'll go right here, and I will hold an action.
I will need a stealth roll from you if you wish to remain unseen.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Good luck, though, because I do believe we'll probably need something better than a 12. 13. Good luck.
My disadvantage goes away.
Not so much, but you are much harder to notice anyway.
Oh,
With the plus 10, you'll be fine with any kind of moderate roll.
Yeah, so don't roll under a 5.
The thing to realize with the disadvantage from armor, it's not just clanking, it's also stiffness of movement, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'll do 2 rolls.
Okay. None of them have
22.
turned to look at you aside from, and you do need to roll those in the tower for future, by the way, aside from the Flame Priest who already noticed Crickets and Nim. Advance the round if you are done.
I'll hold an action. I'm gonna take out my bow, and whoever looks like they're about to slay our little cat scholar friend there is gonna get an.
So you are readying an action for one, the party is noticed essentially to shoot the Black Earth Priest, correct?
Yes.
Alright. So noted. The Reaver still has not noticed you, Elysian.
Okay, stealth.
And you get a plus 10 regardless of that, so you're probably invincible regardless. Mr. Sneakman.
Can't move to where you wish to be.
I am sneaky boy.
God.
I'm going to take aim at the Eternal Flame.
Are you attacking now or doing the same as
I'm
Tato readying a shot?
I'm holding my shot in when Tato strikes, I'll strike.
Alright. Advance the turn if you are finished.
Greetings.
Something tells me that Silver's voice does not sound like that.
Are you judging his voice?
I am entirely judging his voice. He's a winter wolf, not a pixie.
So? Alright, he's just moving there and he's got nothing else to do, so.
The Flame Guardian's turn is nigh. He shouts, alerting the others to the problem at hand, pointing at all of you gathering there. Be ready to actions trigger now. Tato, you go first.
Who are
Yay.
you shooting?
Also be aware that if you fumble this bow attack, I will make it hit your scalded friend.
Hit, hit, hit.
So noted.
Oh well. Looks like I don't need to concentrate for this spell anymore.
Well, that was not a fumble, but it was a miss.
Oh,
Your arrow whizzes by the left ear of the earth cultist.
Damn.
Elysian, take your shot.
no whammies, no whammies. Oh,
Oh yeah.
not
Solid hit to the flame priest.
Did you hear about the guy who broke press your luck?
You don't get sneak dice. He's not near
Oh.
any allies that are threatening him.
Yeah, but this
I ha-
counts as a surprise attack.
No, because he was aware of you.
Oh.
I
They were
thought he
here.
was aware of me and not Elysian.
They
'Cause
were
didn't
aware of
Elysian-
He was aware of the entire party because the guy warned him.
Now, the flame priest in particular, was aware of all of you.
Yeah, and he warned everybody right before that. Well, him warning everybody is what caused the attack.
I've actually fixed this slight problem real fast.
I guess I should combat music instead.
Okay, on his turn, after he has pointed you out to everyone,
Like a little snitch.
like the little snitch he is, I think he is going to attack Elysian because he did just shoot him. Oh shit. Zim? Could I get a magic fumble?
Oh, goody.
I would like a refund on this Eternal Flame Priest. His perception is good, but he can't aim for shit.
They're gonna need to make a saving throw with their spellcasting ability.
Alright, it's technically possible. In fact, I can expedite the matter by just rolling this. Well, he nat 20 the save.
Oh,
Aw.
if he failed it, he would have been unable to cast the spell again until he finished a short rest.
Well, he makes some very threatening, evocative gestures, but the fireball he was about to cast fizzles in his grasp as he chokes on his own saliva, attempting to avoid biting his tongue as the arrow from Elysian hits him. Nim, your turn.
Well, seeing as how we are no longer bothering to stealth. Let's see. Dash here in the middle. And go a woo 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 woo.
Okay, make your woo 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 woo. Yeah, that didn't work so well. But the second one saved.
So which one do I
It
hit?
was. It was an uwu, not an o.
It doesn't matter. It should apply it automatically. If it does not, I will adjust.
This is a save or no damage.
Ah. In that case, Monk 7 failed.
Okay.
So the one to your right.
Actually, that would probably be my left.
Well, Nim's left, the east side of him.
Yeah. And since that was a cantrip, probably should have done this already, but I forgot. So bonus action for this. And also applies to Silva. And well, that's my turn.
The cat that you know to be a scholar makes muffled noises to the gag as he wiggles around helplessly upon the altar. Monk 7, whom Nim just hit, looks decidedly unhappy with you. He attempts to strike you with an unarmed blow, and hits. Oh, good heavens, I finally hit someone. Somebody finally hit Nim. You take 3 bludgeoning damage, but successfully concentrate on your spell.
And I finally get to use this.
Yes, you do. He succeeds.
So he takes half. But it's an explosion around me, so it also hits him.
Well, he fails, so he takes full.
Ha 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 ha! Okay. Oh, I tried advancing the turn. I'm like, why is it working?
Well, how about I advance the turn instead? Crickets.
For once, instead of rushing into... Crickets decides to take a bead off of his... Or I'm not sure how this item works. Zim, maybe you can remember me. The prayer bead cat of bless.
Ah, that's actually one that I think I gave you.
Okay.
It's not actually a bead, if you'll recall. It's that ruby cat bell. That.
Yes. So I just...
And basically, it just takes an action to activate, and you receive the effects of the bless spell.
All right. Now, does it do the so like the full on like the spell bless where it can be given up to 3 other people, or is it just I receive the
Just
effect?
personal. In fact, let me check what I wrote for it. And actually, I think I gave it a different item. Ah, it wasn't ID'd for you. That's why you couldn't find it. Here you are. Take the prayer beads out. That is the actual item we have. I am dragging the effect on. No, I'm not.
So to delete the prayer beads.
Delete the prayer beads. You have the ruby cat bell instead. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it didn't identify itself for you.
Hey, there we go. Okay, so that's so I use my bonus action to cast that. And so I can still get my move and then a regular my regular 2 attacks then, right?
Just a sec. I'm trying to get it to let me apply the effect to you, but unfortunately, without it being in somebody's sheet, I can't actually drag it over. So let me add it to your sheet as an action. And just be aware that you can only use it through the bell.
Okay.
There you go. And I'm dragging the effect onto you. That should do it.
And it will automatically add that to the attacks and saves.
Just so. It's like having Brum back.
Yay!
Except Brum needs it at a higher level, but anyway.
At that, I rush forward and I attack, I guess, number 7? So I'll do my normal attacks now.
Well, that hits. Monk 7 seems to be less than pleased. Unfortunately, even with a bless, that second strike misses.
And that should be, and then my bonus action was using the bell, so
Just so.
that should be the end of my.
Crushing Reaver 20. Cannot quite reach you all from where he is, but he will advance his movement and then throw a javelin at Crickets.
Oh, that's a mistake.
And it just misses.
Oh no! I was hoping it would hit.
Monk number 20 is still less than pleased with Nim, and he attempts to strike at you, but misses. Nobody ever said they were hired for their skill.
They probably weren't hired at all.
Yeah, they kind of take what they can get. The Eternal Flame Guardian advances and pulls out a heavy crossbow, which he attempts to shoot at, Crickets, you again, because you're the only one he can see. But he misses, you high AC monk you. The Black Earth Priest actually drops the dagger and turns to address the party. And by address, I mean cast a rather nasty spell at you, of course.
I thought he was going to say something threatening to us.
Said he can't talk and cast at the same time.
Oh, I mean, it depends on the spell.
It does. Unfortunately, I doubt any of you will actually understand what he says. Give me one moment. Well, I check a particular indicator on his sheet. Launcher doesn't actually list. Of course not. I'll worry about it later. For now, I'm going to need a Constitution save from Nip. That you make with a plum. Well done, Mr. Paladin. You take half damage.
I take half damage, which is then halved again if it's a spell.
I don't believe 5th edition actually allows for half of a half.
I looked it up a couple weeks ago when we had this same question, and the general response was yes.
Well, alright. I was going to say, as I consider it is a difference of resistance versus save for half, so I will allow it. And I will remove 2 of the damage he took. Okay, well, I look up what he needs to say. This person will go, and he will spout his nonsense at the top of the round. For Crickets, I can't believe he's using this on you. Yep. The priest to the right of the altar attempts to spin arcane energies about you. Fortunately, your severe mental conditioning from the Monastery of the Yellow Rose allows you to resist his hold person spell.
I will hold up one finger. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
This person can't actually reach any of you and will advance as far as he can. Same for this one. Azeroth, it is your turn.
Azroth, you
muted.
there?
I was muted. Anyways, I was like, if I stand, is it okay for me to stand in between the tiles? And yes, he's in between the tiles, you know.
Yeah, they're technically 10-foot squares, but we're kind of fudging things a little bit on who's where. Imagine there's a lot of weaving around in this combat, if you will.
Hi. Well, I know this is a throwing hammer, and it technically can be thrown, but it can still be used as a regular hammer, correct?
Oh yes.
One-handed
It's
hammer
basically
with...
the same as your previous one, where it is versatile. I believe it is 1d8 damage when wielded one-handed, or 1d10 when held in both.
I will do it one-handed style with my shields, because I pulled up both. And I will take my first attack.
Yeah.
Wasted all my luck
How about
with
we
the
get...
initiative.
It's technically a ranged bludgeoning fumble.
Well, I just need to know if it's ranged, so for fumbles.
I'm using it as a melee, technically.
Dust in the eyes. Your weapon range is reduced by half for 1d4 rounds.
Do I roll the 1d40?
Mahal?
Go ahead, actually.
And the tower out.
Make it in the open. This is something you need to track as well.
2 turns. Well, I won't be throwing that hammer for 2 turns. But I will try to hit this thing again. And drop.
Well, that one hits.
Huzzah.
What kind of monk has an AC that low?
One that has not done much.
Well, the
optimization.
answer is one that is dead. This time, when you throw the hammer, it strikes squarely upon the monk's chest, and you can hear his ribcage caving in. There's a clap of sound that is reminiscent of thunder, and the hammer returns to your hands.
This one's dead, guys. Ta-
All right. The priest on the altar is speaking something, but nobody can understand him anyway. Whatever he is calling out, he has the fervent attitude of a true believer. In the meantime, the one behind the altar moves forward out of his arrangement and will target Nim, I believe. Oh no. No, he won't. A crackling bolt of lightning strikes the ground next to you, Nim Otar. Tato, it is your turn.
Each square is still 10 feet, right?
Correct.
Oh, then Sacred Stone Monk is going to be Scared Stone Monk.
Or perhaps a scarred stone monk. But unfortunately, Tato,
What's up?
a rock detaches itself from the ceiling. I need a reflex save.
Man, we really did sit on that influence for a while, didn't we?
Oh, yes, we did.
Well, there you
There
go,
is
Eisen.
If there is a boo effect for the sounds, would someone please trigger it? Otherwise, Tato, you take apparently no damage because I can't pick it up when I'm off screen.
Does that
works.
work?
Thank you. The 6 points of bludgeoning damage as a rock detaches itself from the ceiling, and amidst ghostly boos, lands on your
Oh.
head with a loud smack.
Ow!
This is your punishment.
For what?
The pun.
Fine, whatever. No more puns.
It is still your turn. Act normally. You hit, and you hit.
All three?
All three. And he did.
Yay.
If you're all finished, advance the round. The Crushing Reaver advances himself and throws a javelin at Tato. And he hits, dealing piercing damage. That apparently hits the ground next to you. There we go. Unfortunately, he himself then experiences his own encounter with a rocky ceiling fall and takes 25 points of bludgeoning damage as a stalactite detaches and falls on his head, which is exactly enough to kill him. This was another influence from Izin that was retributive damage for the next person to harm the poor sea puppy.
Aw, thank you.
So, you took 6 damage from a falling rock of the same source. However, the cultist was ultimately slain by his error. Elysian, it is your turn.
Yay. Now, I'm going to go and finish that Flame Priest guy.
Well, apparently you are, because it is a solid hit.
Or as best as I can. Using my bow is really fun, and very effective for not getting hit.
This is a nice advantage of ranged attacks. Silver.
Let's
That I won't
see.
need as a challenge.
Oh wait, this guy. Jump.
You hit.
I do the jump. I do the
You can do the
monkey jump.
Do the chomp. The Flame Priest recovers from the tingling sensation in his hands and strikes with another fireball centered upon Elysian, Azeroth, Cricket, and Nim. And that same order, reflex saves. Elysian, you succeed.
Yay!
Azeroth, you fail even with the bonus to your save from the Paladin. Crickets. Save with a plum, you take no damage. And Nim also saves. So, cult damage to Elysian and Nim. Half damage to Azeroth. Is that right?
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you're aware, but in the upper right, there's a plus minus button. You can go in there for max or half damage automatically.
I was not aware. Thank you. That is very useful.
I figured.
That, I believe, I can trigger half damage and see if it'll do a quarter. If not, I will adjust manually.
Yeah, you can just click half
Oh,
and
sorry,
then it
I'm
automatically
cover
does
all of
half.
you. Well, you're already taking half from the save. We'll see if this halves the half. It did not. I will adjust it once I'm done here. Elysian for you as well. Alright, damage has been adjusted. That is the Flame Priest's turn. Nim Otar.
Alright. To charge up at the spell cost. Or at least this one. And sorry, brain just died for a moment. I think it's better if I recast this instead.
What's your excuse for every other time?
Book I had last year.
You hit.
And gun. Ooh.
You miss.
I blame Tato.
Sure, blame him for all your problems. Upon the altar, the cat appears to be trying to wiggle away from the cultists, but isn't making much headway. Crickets.
All right, so it is the howling hatred priest is the one who is chanting with the fervent passion of the gods, correct?
Incorrect. The Black Earth Priest was the one who was chanting over the dagger.
Oh, my bad. Okay. No,
He has placed the dagger back down upon the altar, which is what the cat is trying to wiggle away from. He is also the one who babbled at you in a language that you do not understand.
Very good. All right, I am going to. So there's only one I know of that has been. All right, decisions made. Yeah, I'm going to rush up and attack the Black Earth Priest. Okay. And I will put my 3 attacks upon the Black Earth Priest.
All right, team, go ahead. That is a miss. Hit. And a miss.
Good lord.
If Cricket is confused by his attack sliding off, I will allow an, I'll say, perception check. Will you work on that? The Reaver advances. He appears to have cast some sort of defensive spell on himself, and the barrier caused your attack to miss.
Ah, very well.
Taito! Oops, that wasn't supposed to be the javelin attack, but same roll. The Reaver rushes up and attacks you with the same shock-toothed lined longsword that you have become familiar with. He is wielding it in both hands. and deals 6 slashing damage to you. In a jagged slice. The Flame Guardian drops his crossbow and draws his long sword to attack Silver. First attack misses. Second attack also misses. Apparently he's not used to fighting those whose center of gravity is lower to the ground. The Black Earth Priest is now surrounded by 2 unfortunate individuals. So he is less likely to cast an attack spell. But he will grip his glaive with both hands, take a tiny little step backwards, and attack both of you with it.
Doesn't he get attacked of opportunity?
5-foot step.
5-foot step. Zim, can I get a slashing melee weapon crit?
There is no 5-foot step in 5th.
Disengage
Right.
actions then, I don't know.
I think I'm actually thinking of him needing to step back because of a reach weapon, which is not actually the case anymore, so it should be fine either way.
Okay. So
I'll put him back there. Slashing crit with the weapon. Let me double check on the reach weapon thing first.
No, you can hit in melee with most reach weapons. I think the only exception is the lance.
Makes sense, and I don't remember having to read anything about it for my conversion, so.
So, bludgeoning,
Nope, slashing.
slashing. Terrifying slash, double damage, and make a DC 12 wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, you become your attacker.
Would luck make him re-roll that?
I can
Except that
to
we're
make it
a
re-roll
little
a crit.
far past that point, since we're determining the exact results now. But I will allow luck to re-roll your wisdom save if you fail on it.
Did it do that?
Oh no, that was Chris. What the hell happened?
The hell?
Well,
It's
ignore
been
that
it's been
charisma
happening.
fumble and give us our wisdom instead.
It's been happening all night. Like I'll grab one dice and like something else is getting like 2 or 3 other things are getting grabbed and thrown. It's like what the frig? That's why I've been saying like my windows have been going all over the place because like I'm like all right cool I'm gonna grab that dice and next thing I know all my windows are all my little windows for the game are scattered all over the place.
I think you may need a new mouse or
I say that sounds like your mouse is losing its click connection. Fortunately, you make the wisdom save. Was there a multiplier to the damage? I missed that part.
I put it into the deck randomly, so
I'll just give it one.
I think
crit
it was
multiplier.
double.
Sounds about right. That's what I'm giving you. Yeah, that bless isn't actually supposed to be able to. How did you fail a check for? Oh, the 5 was your check. Go ahead and reapply that bless. I'll change the duration because it thinks you cast the spell essentially. Second attack against Nim. Misses handily. The Crushing Wave Priest is still far enough back that he doesn't have to worry. And I think he will use Magic Missile. Not that many. Still half damage from the magic effect. Correct, Zim?
Yes.
Alright. Well, Crickets, you took about 6 damage from that attack. Which brings us to the initiate behind him, who will advance far enough. Wow. Okay, no. He only has melee attacks. Wow, he sucks. His friend also tries to get close enough to slash at you with his puny little dagger. Azeroth.
Technically, I could throw this hammer twice because I'm proficient with the hammer. Fun times.
Well, you can throw it. Well, yes, but the proficiency requirement for attacking twice.
Yes, so I can attack twice with this, so I can technically throw it twice. I'll take that as a yes.
Go ahead and make your attacks.
I am going to throw it at this guy. Yeah, that's within range of this guy.
Well, you hit.
Okay, it's still, I'm doing it one-handed, so...
Well, actually, that is outside of your range. Remember, each
What?
square is 10 feet. So you can do that, but you take a penalty. With the
Oh.
penalty, you will still hit him, however. And then we double check his AC with the spell.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, I could redo my action. I'll walk forward and throw it at him. I mean, I didn't know it was that far out.
I'll just walk forward and we'll count that as the toss.
Because that's within range, right? These whole half panel things is throwing me off.
Well, that is actually within the first range increment. Remember, the hammer only has a range of 20 feet, I want to say.
Oh, that's only 2 blocks. Ugh.
Well, you get what you get.
If that's the case, then screw that. I'll take back the throwing action entirely, then I'm better off just walking up and slapping you with the hammer.
Well, except you're trying to walk a good 60 feet. You'd have to move twice.
Wait, thought I was at least allowed 5 spaces per turn. That's what I remember doing before.
Yes, but each square here counts as 10 spaces. Or 10. Each square here counts as 2 squares of your normal movement, essentially. And actually, no, I was wrong. Oh no, I was right. 20 feet is your normal range, 60 feet is your long range. You will take a penalty if you attack from more than 2 squares away in the current map.
Oh, it's kind of annoying.
Remember, you're throwing an axe.
I know.
Sorry, a
I'm throwing,
hammer.
I'm just saying the movement is the space of this map is what's killing me right now. Nothing else is.
Oh,
Everything
yeah,
else is fine.
the 10 squares, yeah.
Yes, that's what's messing me up right now. Okay, well, if the attack is still going to hit even with the disadvantage, I'll take that. Screw it.
So basically, with attacking from beyond range, you will have disadvantage on the roll.
Mm-hmm. So if I were to attack again, I'd do a disadvantage.
Essentially, yes. Moving to where you are now, you are within your first or second range increment, we will call it, which has disadvantage on the roll.
Okay. I will roll again with disadvantage then. See what I get.
Still a solid strike either way, you hit.
And did you take away the damage from the first hit?
I did, so go ahead and roll again. You might get more damage. Alright, if you are finished with your turn... Oh no, bonus action, you can attack twice.
Yeah, so I'll go... Wait, do you want me to roll for hitting again, or...?
Yes. You don't get 2 automatic hits.
Well, I rolled the first one. I didn't know you canceled it out completely.
Well, I did, so roll again with disadvantage. That, unfortunately, is a miss.
Mm-hmm.
But the hammer still likes you and will return to your hand. This particular priest will attempt to hit Nim with its lightning bolt again and manages the hit, finally. Having the damage for the spell. There you go. You take 1 lightning damage. I hope you're happy.
I suppose.
Taito, it is now your turn.
Tato is going to slay this crushing wave reaver number 12.
You know, he's quite proud of that number. He was the 20th person in line on recruitment day. Well, you hit on all 3 attacks, so just go ahead and kill him already. Don't care that he has a backstory 3 pages long. Just kill him. It's fine. No, don't worry. He's dead.
I take off his head.
Well, actually, you slash across his gut, slash across his chest, and then behead him.
Cool.
So he is disemboweled, oozing chest wound, and lacking a head. If you're quite finished brutally murdering all of my poor characters, pass the turn to Elysium.
He already did.
Mahal, you're forgetting the child that runs out from beneath the stairs of the ziggurat crying over their dad.
Oh no, he's all frightened of all the weird animals. That's a miss. And will remain under there until you're gone, at which point he will creep out and sadly take his father's head in his tiny little arms and weep unconsolably for days until he stops to death because nobody's here to take care of him.
All because of Tato's bloodthirst.
All because of Tato's bloodthirst.
Could be worse. He could grow up to be a murderer and come after Tato later in life.
Well, they
Tato's
don't
already
make
got
a
so
roll of
much
some
after
kind to see
him.
if somebody comes along and saves him. But if you have nothing else you want to do, Elysian, pass the round. That was a miss if you didn't hear.
I did not. Damn priest, I'll get you next time.
Does he only get 1 attack with the bow?
Rogues get the second attack rather late. They make up for it with the whole sneak attack damage thing.
Yeah, they may only get 1 attack, but when they do hit, it's far
it's a
more than
doozy.
anybody else. Yeah.
Their 1 attack,
Yeah, I'm
and
pretty
it's only on their
sure-
first attack, it does more damage.
How
Silver.
many enemies have I killed now with my sneak attack?
I'm not
Well-
keeping track of how many little marks you carve into your bow.
But by the
So
way,
yours
your
is a
bow
hit?
is very brittle now.
Oh, that was his old bow. This is his new bow. He hasn't carved anything into that one, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you have thoroughly damaged the Flame Guardian.
Okay.
I do have bad news for everyone. The Flame Priest has no fireballs left. So instead, he'll shoot a Scorching Ray at... You know what? Let's roll for it. Nim. He doesn't like the way you look. You look like... a paladin.
Do it at Nim instead of the guy that's nailed him twice with arrows.
Well, he can't quite see you. He doesn't have the nice vision that you do. Nim, you take half damage from that attack, but appear to lose your spell. That's your turn.
I'm gonna step around the blast into here because I'm recasting that damn spell. So I'm gonna bite the Flame Priest. After recasting it. Because every bit of damage helps. There.
I think since you stepped around him, you don't trigger any attacks of opportunity, but you fumble. Oh. Don't diss the Flame Priest, man. This guy's combat trained.
Mm-hmm. He
Delayed
takes a hit to the
recovery.
face rather well,
You
though.
do not add your damage bonus to your next attack. Okay.
Well, I believe you have one more attack action this round. You hit.
So -6. It was still enough.
Oh, yeah, he had like 1 hit point left.
That's it for me.
He spouts gibberish through bloody lips as he falls. Your scholar friend manages to worm his way almost off of the altar. Crickets.
Ah, so you have a way to dodge my attacks. Let's see how you handle a Fist of Unbroken Air. As I attempt to hit him with Fist of Unbroken Air and try to knock him, the Black Earth Priest, off the altar, or off the ziggurat, and hopefully make him fall down the stairs.
That's not going to hit now.
All right.
Oh
so
no, sorry, that was a strength save from him, not your attack roll. I apologize. He fails miserably.
All right.
Which is fortunate for you because he had something prepared for a normal attack. Now you kill him.
Now the question is, does his body, as it flies back 20 feet, hit his butt?
You know what? Give me an attack roll.
Just a ranged attack, or just a? You may just roll it in the regular area.
Well, the +8, the 16. What's your AC, friend? You know what? I'll allow it. He takes 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ha! Avanti!
The Earth Priest as well mumbles through his painful death. The Flame Guardian sees his priest fall and appears to be enraged by it. You know what? He's going to take an attack of opportunity from Silver and move up to attack Nim.
Jump! Which way is he moving there?
Up past Silver. I'm rolling an athletics to make certain he can make the jump onto the steps.
Oh, okay.
As we speak. I just had to pull up his sheet, because he actually does have a bonus to it. He makes it handily. And you do hit with that bite. Go ahead and roll for damage. That hurt. That hurt a lot. But you're not the one he's pissed at. Just misses on the first sword swing. Hold on.
Objection.
He makes the strength save, whatever it was for. I assume a trip.
Sustained.
Also, I think the trip is part of your attack, not part of your reaction. Correct?
It's just part of the action itself, so it would apply.
Not certain, but in any case, it doesn't apply right now. So, can I please have a slashing crit card?
No.
No, then I'll find one of my own. Say,
No to that
Google
either.
Most brutal crit deck
No.
of 5th edition.
Slashing.
Slashing. It is a longsword.
Weakening slash. You deal half damage on melee attacks for the next 1d6 rounds.
Okay, you have half damage for 5 rounds.
Otherwise, normal damage.
Normal damage it is. He will likely die for his effrontery in dealing a whole 3 slashing damage to you, but he has weakened his foe. The Crushing Wave Priest. What does he want to do? You know what? He still has magic missiles left. Cricket. He has chosen to focus on you, selecting half damage. This is his last high-level spell slot. Alrighty. Is Initiate 6 finally close enough to attack somebody? Oh yes he is, because somebody was nice and moved within his range. Can I get a piercing crit card, please?
Who's it targeting?
Nim, from the Howling Hatred Initiate 6. Also, why do they give these characters a ability that gives them advantage in a ranged attack roll, but they don't give them a ranged attack?
In case they
Maybe
pick
they
up a
throw
bow?
their dagger.
Yeah, but that's one dagger throw.
They're like the bad guys in Superman. They try to stab and they're just like, screw it, I'm throwing it.
Piercing, you said?
Correct. Tis a dagger.
Shish kebab. Triple damage. And if this was a melee attack, the weapon is lodged in your body.
Well, he's apparently losing the dagger anyway.
Ow.
There is the old triple damage, and I guess the dagger's lodged in your body. His friend, unfortunately, is not close enough to get to anybody, but he will move towards crickets. It's a Roth. Actually, no, with the dash action, he can just get 2 crickets. There we go. Hit. Full damage. Fumble card, please. Also, if you're talking, you're muted again.
Yep.
For... Okay, that's
Bludgeoning.
Shattered Confidence. You have disadvantage on attack rolls and successfully hit.
What? Damage on... Oh, I have damage.
Disadvantage on all attack rolls until you hit something.
Oh, okay. No, that's not correct. But okay.
How long exactly does that extend?
Until I hit something.
Indefinitely.
We had
like
that
a-
same one for...
Like a long rest?
A long rest, I might say, would take care of it. Zale got it once, and he kept it for like 3/4 of a session.
Technically, it could that one does not have an expiration, so...
It would be up to the GM, basically.
But by the card, it could last the rest of the entire campaign.
That would be positively
Effectively,
the worst.
until you hit something. Okay, the Howling Hatred Priest continues to channel his Witch Bolt, dealing damage to crickets. Actually, that would have been max damage if not for the halved thing. Tato.
Yay. Let's help kick a cricket out and kill this initiative.
Oh, but he just got there. Well, never mind. No, he dead. He might live. Hit, miss. Nah, he's dead.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so maybe they took the newest initiates for that portion of the ritual. Lysian, it is your turn.
Well, I'm going to go and kill. I'm going to just finish off this one.
Maybe you will. Roll for damage. And you do have sneak. It doesn't
Yes,
matter though,
it's
he's dead.
already dead.
I told you he was going to die for that. Silver, your meat toy ran away from you.
Alright, Silver is going to find a new one. And... oh wait, he has advantage here. Jump!
Yeah, that hits. And yeah, that he's dying. I mean, he auto fails. He's dead. It says right there, auto fail.
Oh, yeah, well, we don't see.
And
Part.
you know, it's actually part of the description of dead that you fall prone.
I don't know. He could have just like seized up immediately and stayed standing.
He could have had a long,
I just want to
dramatic
make sure he's down.
monologue about how, you know, he lived his life the way he always wanted, and then he...
Exactly.
Well, if Silver is done with his turn, please pass the round to Nim. Nim, you have a dagger jutting from your side. It's lodged in there quite deeply.
Can I read him mouth?
Nope.
Then
Far up on
I'll
your
just
flank.
have to ignore it. As painful as it is. And does the cat scholar give me advantage?
No, because he is not threatening the target. Just one moment before you roll that attack.
I mean, technically it's only if I'm not...
It needs to be a
incapacitated.
threatening creature. Alright, you may now proceed.
Did you boost their health?
No. He used the shield spell.
Oh.
And it's just easier if I apply it before you roll the attack. But no, that misses. That one hits.
And just for frickin' measure. Ugh!
Unfortunately for you, he did lose his spell. The cat scholar manages to wiggle off of the platform finally and falls to the ground. Remember the guy, a little further. There you go. Crickets.
Crickets advances up to the priest who hit them. It was the Howling Hatred or the Howling Wave that hit them with the bolt?
And the Howling Hatred on the left there.
All right, and then he will smart off and say, "Let me show you how to throw an elemental attack, my friend."
No, that he failed. I'll give you a secret. These guys don't have very much strength.
And he moves 20 feet and is prone.
Alright, team. Finding the prone condition. And applied.
Yeah, we probably removed their source of strength when we killed all their minotaurs.
Well, my friend, it is time to learn what you have in you.
But it is the Crushing Wave's turn. And unfortunately, he's out of high-level magic missiles.
He's screwed.
But he does have this little thing. He reaches out to gently caress Cricket's cheek, but misses.
Does Cricket
As
feel
Roth, it's your turn.
uncomfortable?
There are 2 enemies who yet remain.
Yep, I think that's the most I can move, given this whatever.
I'm going to say you don't actually have line of effect if you're trying to go for the Howling Hatred Priest. The altar is blocking your line of sight to him while he is prone.
Mm.
You could, however, hit the Crushing Wave Priest. Well, you managed to hit him, yes.
Mm-hmm. And one more for good measure.
And a hit.
And I passed.
The Howling Hatred Priest spends a move action to get up from the prone condition. If I can find it. There it is.
I can assure you, you wish you had stayed down.
We'll see if we can finish this quickly here. Actually, you know what? We can. He casts another spell on himself, turning into a diaphanous, gaseous shape that begins to drift away on the wind. Oops, that was the wrong one. You are still there. You are drifting away. Tato, move things along quickly here. We have 4 minutes.
Sup, you gonna die.
Hit. Miss. Hit. Okay, Elysian, quickly. See if you can finish this guy off.
This one, the Crushing Wave Priest or the Howling Hatred?
Crushing Wave is the only one you can hit from where you are.
Beep.
That is a miss.
Oh.
Well, he is very defensive in his orientation. Silver, I
Alright.
don't think you can quite reach him with a single move action.
No, but I can get to about there. And
If you try to use Cone of Cold, you will get Tato in it.
Go ahead, I can take it.
Well, he saved on the DC. Tato failed. Oh no, Tato with the bonus from Nim will succeed.
oops. Well, then that would be halved.
I will have it.
Actually, Tato, unfortunately, is outside of Nim's protection.
That's fine.
Then I will leave it as is. Go ahead and roll for damage on the priest.
And of course, I
Okay.
roll less on the enemy than I do on ally.
Yes, he took 1/4 of the damage that Tato did. Nimota.
Step and bite.
Oh yeah, that hits. You could finish him with this.
I assume that hit.
It does hit. And he just tips over into the dying status. The Howling Hatred Priest will float away over the course of the next couple rounds. This combat is finished. We will take care of the after combat next week.
All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening for Fists of Furry Dungeons and Dragons. I forgot to update the credits. Oops. I'll just set it to D&D itself. There we go. That'll work. That'll work for 1 week. There we go. Thank you all so much for joining us for Fists of Furry Dungeons and Dragons this week. We'll be back with more next week. I will be back for sure on Sunday. As always, I'm going to try and stream tomorrow. Depends on when I get my butt out of bed tomorrow, but, you know, we'll see. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. I could not do this without you guys. I really just couldn't, and I appreciate your support so much. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links to our Discord, Telegram channel, Twitter, all those good things. They're also down in the description. We also have merchandise available on the website. Do go check that out. It is very high quality stuff. I make sure of that. And it has been, they've been receiving stellar reviews. Anyways, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you all a very fond adieu.
Bye.
Yes,